Alexa, set a 6-minute timer.
Starting now.
Hello and welcome to Japanese from Zero. I'm George Trombley, and this is Japanese in 5, where we take 5 minutes out of your important day. Where what were you doing? You were spending all this time pulling lint off of your shirt, only to pick your cat up immediately after and hug the crap out of her, and now you've got cat hair all over your shirt. That's pretty important stuff, but Japanese can be done in about 6 minutes, or 5, or whatever. Here we go. Today's topic is maybe. And maybe this will help your Japanese. Kind of a bit of a pun. Let's get into it. First, we all learn this word in book 1, Japanese from Zero. I think in the very first lesson we learn it. I think. Tabun. Tabun. And if you look at the kanji for this, you might not know kanji, but it means many portions. Tabun means maybe. Don't think of it as many portions. It never means that, but it just means maybe. Then we've got this kamoshirenai. Kamoshirenai. And I want to thank the person who asked me to explain kamoshiremasen in the comments. That's what we're getting ready to do today, of the last video, by the way. Kamoshirenai means might. And kano means possible. And kanousei means possibility. We're going to use 3 of these to say maybe in Japanese. Let's look at some sentences. First, let's just see what tabun does. It's the same level as hai or iie. So, for example, I could say, hey, are you going today? Hai. Yes. Are you going today? Iie. Nope. Are you going today? Tabun. Maybe. It's the only version of what we're going to talk about today that is normally used all by itself if it needs to be. It can also be said in front of a sentence. For example, tabun ikimasu. I'm probably going to go. Maybe going to go. I might go. If you want to translate it to all of those things, it's okay. Because if a Japanese person asks you the difference between might and maybe and probably, you would probably not be able to explain it. You might not be able to explain it. Maybe you couldn't explain it properly. You see how it doesn't really matter? They're very small differences. It's almost the same thing in Japanese. Almost the same thing. Although when I ask my wife, she thinks that tabun is the most chance that you're going to go do something. If you say tabun. Tabun ikemasen. I wanted to show this sentence because when you say tabun ikimasu, you're saying maybe I will go. Here you're saying maybe I won't go. It doesn't matter if it's negative, positive, what form of the verb it is, you can just throw it in front. All right. That is tabun. That's the most straightforward maybe in Japanese. All right. Next one. Now this one is a little bit weird because we use it like a verb. Just think about it as one phrase that can be kamosiremasen or kamoshirenai. Both are okay. And it works like this. It comes after. It comes after a verb, a noun, or an adjective. It always comes after. So even though you're saying maybe I can go or perhaps I can go, you have to say the kamoshirenai at the end. Asatte ikeru kamoshirenai. I might be able to go the day after tomorrow. Notice that in both of these, I went ahead and colored them out. Kamoshirenai is informal. We've added the des to make it a little bit more polite. I could have just said, asatte ikeru kamoshirenai. Asatte ikeru kamoshirenai desu. I could have even said, asatte ikeru kamoshiremasen. The meaning will not change, just the formality level, the politeness level will change. All right. Kinyoubi wa omoshiroi kamoshiremasen. Now we're using an e adjective. Okay. I can just throw kamoshiremasen after an e adjective. So Friday might be interesting. If I said kinyoubi wa tabun omoshiroi, it's a lot more certain for sure. Maybe it's going to be interesting, right? But here you say it might be interesting. Not exactly sure, but you think it might be. Okay. Kinyoubi wa omoshiroi kamoshiremasen. You don't know what's going to happen on Friday. Anything can happen. All right. Now here we're going to do this with, we're going to do 2 things here. One, we're going to be using a noun. Neko ni mieru kedo. It looks like a cat, but inu kamo. Might be a dog. We can just say kamo at the end of something. Okay. Inu kamo. Just might be a dog. Might be a dog. Hey, when was that meeting we had tomorrow? When was that meeting we had? Ashita kamo. What time was the meeting? 6時kamo. Kamo is really sweet and very commonly used in Japanese. So we have かもしれない、かもしれません, and かも. All right, final one. Here we go. We're within 6 minutes, even with all of that interruption. 可能性がある. Now, 可能, we know means possible. So I could say, 可能ですか? Is it possible? 可能ですか? But if you're going to say, is it a possibility? You have to say, Alexa, stop timer. I can't even do 6 minutes. 可能性がある means, is it a possibility? Is it a possibility? And this, just like かもしれない, comes immediately after. Okay? お金が足りない可能性があります。お金が足りない可能性があります。足りない means to not be enough. And 可能性があります means there is a possibility. So there is a possibility that there will not be enough money. お金が足りない可能性があります。And just like 知れない can become 知れません in its more polite form, あります can become ある. I could have said お金が足りない可能性がある. Okay? I could have even said がございます。可能性がございます. But you wouldn't do that. You're doing that just to be funny. You're doing that just to be funny at this point. Just say 可能性があります. That is perfectly polite in all situations. Right? There are all those Japanese people that are overly polite all the time and use the gozaimasu all the time. If you're not that personality, please don't do that. You know, this hasn't been said enough, I think. If you are not a polite person in English, don't be overly polite in Japanese. Be who you are in each language. Okay? Understand the repercussions of always being informal. You know, maybe like for me, I tend to be informal for the majority of my English. So, but I know that Japanese likes to have this distance in the beginning when you first meet somebody. So I do adjust my Japanese in the beginning, but I do make huge efforts to move it to informal as much as possible. To move it to not informal, to more familiar, I would say, not informal. All right. Now, this is the key difference with 可能性がある. Okay. Because 可能性 is not a verb all by itself, like other verbs, you would need this no in front. So it's really whatever the rules are to link a noun to something is what we're doing here. Same thing with a na adjective. Whatever the na adjective linking rule is for linking it to a noun is the same because 可能性, possibility, is a noun. Okay? So, インフルエンザの可能性がある. Hey, what was wrong with Jeff? インフルエンザの可能性がある. There's a possibility that it's influenza. There's a chance that it's influenza. Okay? 可能性がある. Notice that we are now using ある instead of あります. All right. That is, we've covered verb plus 可能性がある, and we've covered noun plus の可能性がある. Now let's look at the final one. 東京の方が安い可能性があります. Now we're doing an E adjective. So, 東京の方が安い可能性があります. Here's the situation. You're buying something, but you're in the country part of Japan, and it's pretty expensive. And you talk to a friend and say, hey man, I was going to buy this jacket, but man, it was 3万円. It was 30,000 yen. And he says to you, 東京の方が安い可能性があります. Okay? I was going to ask you to do it in the comments, but let's just give it to you. Because it's weird to have the comments all of a sudden say, Tokyo. There's a possibility that Tokyo is cheaper, is what that is. There's a possibility that Tokyo is cheaper. Now, I could have said, 東京の方が安いかもしれない. I could have said, 多分東京の方が安いです. But that would have been a little bit more certain. Now, 可能性がある and かもしれない are both same level of certainty. But the difference is when you say かもしれない, it's a little bit more personal, right? I think if you say 行く, I mean, you can get into big debates over this, but if you say 行く可能性がある means there's a possibility that I can go. It's very kind of separated from my personality, from my person, right? But if I say 行くかも, yeah, I might go. It could be a choice. It's a choice that I might go. So it's kind of, I'm part of this maybe-ness of this question. Did that confuse you? It confused me. But these are the three ways that we say, we, as if I'm Japanese, that they say in Japanese, that we say in Japanese, maybe. All right, I'll see you all maybe next time. Bye. Now I can see there's videos, there's videos over here that you guys should watch. Please. Or you know what? Don't. You don't deserve them. You don't deserve these videos. Please.